very interesting. I know both men have told me previously that they are very tight with the great Khali, and and Singh said something very not nice, I think, if I can use my translator app.
I mean, if you just take a look at Jora Johl's face, I mean, it tells the entire story. Arjun's running his mouth over here.
Yeah, Arjun once told me that he is a protege of the great Khali, so you want to talk about having a great person to really put their stamp on you as far as India goes.
Okay, but Great Khali came out to the Hall of Fame for WrestleMania last week and just hung out with Jora Johl. So, you know, I mean, having that connection's all well and good, but the only thing that matters right now, you can throw the friendship out the window. The bell has sounded, the match is officially underway, and if that's what's at stake, if one of these guys wants to lay claim to being the best Indian wrestler going right now, prove it. Let's see it. Well,
the only thing Singh is proving is he has great disdain for Jora Johl right now, as he just keeps pie-facing Jora over and over. How long is he going to take it? Not anymore. Firing away is Jora Johl.
I think a lot of fans may be most familiar with Jora Johl, and he's been aligning himself with Matt Hardy, the HFO, and AEW. But the fans here in Worcester, Massachusetts, they know that he did the majority of his training at the New England Wrestling Academy just about an hour away from here, so he's definitely the hometown hero, even though he's coming from India.
Running European uppercut, and there is a shot to the back of the head. Joel unable to protect himself, and that is the absolute worst place that you can be struck. So Jora Johl in a bad way early on against Arjun Singh.
Yeah, you don't want to get hit at the base of the skull. And honestly, knowing that these guys are kind of friendly outside of the ring, I think that that's a little bit unnecessary. I think you can prove your point without running the risk of permanently injuring your opponent.
Singh calls himself the Cobra, and I asked him why, and he said because my strikes are like when a snake strikes. So trying to show those Cobra-like strikes and precision shown there on the vertical suplex.
Jora Johl in a bad way.
Look at the leg by Singh. Barely a 1 count. Barely, and that is what Jora Johl can do. He can really get into your head just by kicking out with such authority.
Oh yeah, Jora Johl is so strong.
As much as you may train, as much as you may hit the gym, it's a different kind of strength when you're in there against Jora Johl. It's the kind of guy who shakes your hand and you have to really wring your own hand out because he is so naturally gifted.
There we see Arjun Singh, another shot to the back of the head of Jora Johl. But with the strength on Joel's side, still with just one arm, holding onto that top rope, planting the boot to the abdomen, and let's see if the Punjabi Lion is going to be able to string together some offense. Looking for a suplex of his own, Paul.
Tries that vertical suplex, nobody home.
He's had a tough time getting out of the block because that one shot, and again, continuing to attack the back of the neck. At some point, you lose strength in all of your limbs.
There is a kick, and those are those strikes that he has been looking to implement here in this contest against Joel as he tries to prove that he is the greatest Indian wrestler on the planet. But Joel trying to fire back with that kick.
Oh!
Singh misses with 2, and there is a headbutt, the great equalizer from Joel.
Yeah, nothing fancy, but certainly effective, and there's the strength on display.
Spinning power slam.
I don't think that Singh knows where he is right now. Struggling to get off the mat. I think Joel's going to help him up just to bring him back down.
Double underhook. Going to try that tiger.
Couldn't take him over. I'm telling you, this is where the weakness in the limbs comes in from all the attacks from the neck.
Off the ropes, ducks the clothesline. Up to his feet as Singh hits a leaping knee.
Not enough to take Joel off his feet, but he stumbled him into the corner.
Big running boot from Joel.
A lot of power behind that pump kick, Paul. Yeah!
Jora Johl, your winner in episode 6 of Wrestling Open.
Time of the fall, 3 minutes, 13 seconds. Your winner, the Punjabi Lion, Jora Johl.
Very good win for Jora Johl, and getting in the face of Singh and letting him know that's what you get for pie-facing me. So if Singh wants to prove what he wants to prove, it's going to take a lot more work.
Jora Johl's got the fans here in Worcester, Massachusetts at the White Eagle firmly behind him. Wish him nothing but the best and continued success throughout 2022.